Alrighty traders, George here. Time for a look at the trades of the week before we get too far into the new week here. I had some great setups I showed you guys in the live room from last week, and I want to go over the two main ones. Both of these are from July 14th, and let's jump right into it. So this is a screenshot from the setup that I showed in the live room for CELG. This is one of my favorite setups, and this is one of the most important setups to follow for stocks, period, over and out. What drives this is that we're in a bullish trend, and we've just hit some new highs here. In doing so, we've pulled back a little bit, and we've put in a lot of trading commitment here, this balance beam off to the left. So price starts to break below the floor of this area here, and that becomes very negative for price unless it recovers it pretty darn quick, which it did. Put in a higher low here, and then here's where things got really powerful. The downtrend here was broken on a nice clean impulse. We pulled back to bounce off of that downtrend line, and then we're waiting for price to move up. So I showed this to you guys in the room where I needed to see price just over 121. I rounded it up there a little over 50 cents, and really to clear over this threshold of this trading commitment here, more important than that swing. And initially we'd look to retest the absolute high here and then go on for some new high targets in this particular setup. One of the things that you'll note is that the swing lows that preceded the breakout were tagged here with this triangle in red, and that's because I wanted to identify that zone for risk control if that was going to come into play. And here's what happened. Let me find my chart here. Here we are today, Monday, and you can see this thing has gapped in favor very well, jumped over the highs that it had previously, and it's just sort of hanging out here just south of 135 right now as we've closed, and really looking for 140 and 156s for the next two key target zones. So the first target's been hit. The maximum favorable excursion here is almost 12% on this move so far. And you can see the red triangle here. Those swing lows were never broken once this impulse energy continued up. That's one of the things I like about these setups, is if they're going to go, they go, and if they don't, they typically make a quick reversal and trade back below. So really good risk control on this setup. It plays into the strength of the stock being in a really bullish trend, pulling back, and then the beautiful psychology here of coming from what could be some nasty unwinding of this price movement here. It just took a little bit more work. The bulls retook that floor, and then it's see you later. One of the best trade setups you'll find in a bullish market. This is what you want to follow. It's the exact opposite of what most people follow. They look for bottom feed candidates instead of buying bullish trends, pulling back and resuming the trends or breakout to new highs. This one kind of close to both there. But that's CELG. The other one I showed you guys was Google. And this is the screenshot in the room. We were already up on the morning, and I said I like this thing right here at 560s. And I tagged this zone here just with my target tool just to respect structure here. It was too close for a real target, but looking for some Fibonacci extensions to the round number 600. And then if we can get some extended targets, we'd look at about 630, and then a 100% projection takes us up to 665s. So that was the setup, same back-to-back setup I showed you guys with CELG on the 14th there. Here we are 4 days later. Let's jump over to Google and see what it looks like now. And there you have it. This thing has gone straight up to the third target zone. This thing has had an MFE of over 20% here, over $114 in favor, and hit all three target zones that I talked about. And you can see the acceleration once it got through that little point to respect there at about 574s. It basically gapped through everything, and it's sitting pretty here. So now this is a spot, if you happen to still be long, to push stops up and book some open position profit. It's also a spot to watch if you did not jump in on this trade that I showed you guys. This is a little bit more evidence why you want to be in the live room in the morning. Highlight a lot of incredible trade setups. This is where you can make some real big money real quick. Now we would need to see this thing pull back more if you're flat for an entry, but really powerful follow through there. CELG and Google, classic setups, breaking downtrend lines at balance beams in bullish stocks, resuming their uptrends. And that is what I look for, primary types of signals to follow. That's why you can use the link at the bottom of the video to hop into the room. You can see me day trade, as well as go through some technical analysis like you've seen me do here. And until then, we'll see you back in the live room.